So here is 3 samples of corn that I just pulled out of the field. One is from up on the ridge, and these 2 are from the same field. And this one, as you can see, is definitely quite a bit bigger. 18 around and 38 or so long, not including the tippy tip or the buddy butt. I don't include those. I start about here and count out to about here. So that's a pretty doggone big ear right there. Pretty nice. This guy, I'm not sure what's going on here. I just walked through and grabbed some out of the rows, and let's go do a moisture test on them, see what they're doing. So the combine is pretty much done, all serviced. All the gearbox oils are changed. Final drive oils are changed. We got our new bearing here and the feeder house drum, nice and snug. Got the chain adjusted up where she's supposed to be. Got the inside cleaned out. Hydraulic oil completely changed. And of course the engine oil and fuel filters. She's still dirty from last year. We'll get her cleaned up yet before we get started. And then, what else is we gonna do? I think everything's been covered. We didn't really have any major breakdowns last year. Oh. Now I remember. We had a oil leak up here under the steering column. So I was getting some oil into the cab, and I'm getting some oil dripping down on here, making a big mess in the beans. And that was this hose right there. It was leaking up in the steering. It was just coming out of that crimp on the old hose. So new hose in there, and that's all fixed up. Yeah, I think she's pretty well ready to go. Now, we just got to wait for the corn to dry down enough. So, that corn test, we're going to run in. I'm not sure if my tester's accurate or not yet. We haven't used it yet this year, but we're going to run it in the morning and test it at the local elevator and see if it's really what it is or if it's a little off. So, that way we'll know. And one other thing I forgot we did. Inside these elevators is what takes the grain up, and it's basically a bunch of little scoops like this riding on a chain, and that thing will come around. Here's how it sits. It sits in here in the bottom, and it goes around here to the bottom and scoops it up and drags it along the pan in there. Well, I don't know why, but the mice seem to like to eat these. So pretty much all of those are replaced now in the last 3 years. They haven't ate too many of the new ones, and there was 1 or 2 in this one. This is the clean grain elevator. She's got a couple new paddles in it. And also I opted to buy these new screens for these doors. So maybe as the auger is pushing the grain over here, some of the weed seeds that don't get blown out, some of them will get kind of sieved through here. And I put one on return grain also. Just trying to get a little cleaner sample for my grain, corn and soybeans. Now those will work for corn and soybeans, large seeds and such, but they will not work for like oats or barley or, you know, the small seed stuff. It won't work for those because they'll just fall out. But anyway, it's been in here for several weeks, but we just haven't been working on it solid, steady all the time. Just kind of when we get a few minutes here and there. And so we definitely have to double check everything, make sure we got all the oils put back in like we're supposed to. But I just done most of that a minute ago, and it looks like it's all done. So hopefully she's ready to go. Anyway, so we'll get that out and put the corn head on it in the morning and see what corn head's gonna need. Fun. It's gonna have gearboxes needing oil and chains needing tightened and lubed and so on. So yep, there it is. Hang in there, we'll see what the corn tests in the morning. Well guys, I just got back from testing my corn, and I'm glad I took it in the elevator. It's actually a little drier than what my hand tester said, so I got it calibrated now. They're both the same. But anyway, we're basically ready to combine corn. We got to get the combine head, or the corn head, put on and get it checked out. Everything needs lubed and freed up and greased, and then we'll be ready to pick corn. But and then the beans aren't ready yet. They're going to be about another 14 to 18 days out yet for being ready. They just started dropping leaves about 10 days ago, so they're coming along, but they're not ready. So we'll get the corn out, and then we'll do some tillage and help the neighbor out. I mean, he's needs some help yet, so yep. Hang in there, guys. We're almost ready to go.